Hey, Bolo Buddies, thanks for watching. Okay, so as most of you know, Boy Scout items are a bolo. They can be huge bolos. But let's talk Girl Scout and Brownie bolos. So I'm going to go through some bolos for you, and we're going to talk about it. And bolo stands for items to be on the lookout for, items you can buy low and sell high. So somebody asked me to do a category video on this, and I'm going to show you my results. So we are going to get started here. So this is the best Girl Scouts bolo I found on auction style. I only look up auction style for my videos because I want to see that the item actually sold and that it had bids. So this Girl Scouts outfit is from the 1920s and it sold for $1,250 with 20 bids. So here's the thing. I don't know if it's the outfit. I don't know if it's this pin. I don't know if it's these patches, but something about this really drove the price up. So definitely be on the lookout for antique and vintage Girl Scout outfits. Now, that does not mean that they are all going to go for $1,000. You still have to do your research. I'm guessing that some of these patches were worth money. So the next is this patch. Okay, this one patch sold for $575. So you can see it's shaped like a square. It's got the little rifles crossed, and this sold for $575. And it's from the 1920s, so it's very, very old. But again, you have to know what you're looking for. I would have no idea that this was a Girl Scout patch if I saw it. This one is a pin, and what I want to tell you is that some Girl Scout pins are actually gold. Okay, so this pin is gold. It's 10 karat gold. It's from the 1930s, and I don't know what scrap is for 8.6 grams, but I wouldn't think that it would be $425. So I don't know if this is a person that collects Girl Scout pins or if this is a person who collects gold. Anyway, either way, if you see Girl Scout pins, definitely check them to see if they're gold. The next item is this Medal of Honor. It's another Girl Scout pin, GS Girl Scouts. This one sold for $350 with 4 bids. Now, here is a lot of 150 patches, and some of these, I mean, they don't look very old. So I don't know if they're vintage or not. You can see some are brownies, some are juniors, classics. So I really don't know too much about Girl Scouts or brownies. But these, like I said, don't look super old. I could be totally wrong. Maybe they were just kept in a nice place and stored correctly. Anyway, these sold for $157 with 23 bids. Okay, so Brownie and Girl Scout Cadet Vest. So these are vests. Again, this one sold for $132. I'm not sure if it's the patches. I'm not sure if it's the vests or a combination of both. But this one, I think this is a fairly good auction. $132.50 on that one. Here is a Girl Scout badge. It's, what do they call it? Like a sash, I think. Is that a sash? I think it's a sash. Maybe it's not. Yeah. Okay. So this goes across the shoulder and across the chest. And this has a bunch of patches on it and some pins. So again, people collect these. This one went for $99.99. And it may be a collector who only wanted one patch. And this says Boy Scout patch. So I'm not sure if the person just didn't know or if maybe there's patches that are from Boy Scouts also. But I don't know. You'll have to figure that one out because I don't know the difference. Here is a Girl Scouts 1920s Cub Scout. Again, I thought Cub Scouts was boys. So this may be boys and girls, or maybe they don't know. But this one went for $76.01 with 12 bids. That is definitely Girl Scouts because it says it right there. It's got it on the collar. So I definitely wouldn't pass them by if I saw it. I'd definitely look it up. Definitely look them up. Now, some do not go for a lot. Like anything else on my BOLO videos, you need to definitely do your research. But if you can get it for like $1 or $2, you know, research it at home. That's what I do. I mean, you're at least going to be able to sell it, I would think, for $10, right? I don't know. So this one is another sash. It's from the 60s to 70s, so not as old. It has 31 badges plus some pins, and this sold for $78.50. All right, this one was just kind of fun. It's got the advertisement. It says Buster Brown, and it shows the girl getting a pin. And these are from the 1950s, and they're Girl Scout shoes, and they sold for $70. Only one bid, but they're a 9 AAA, and I think AAA is really narrow. If I'm wrong, I could be wrong, but that's just what I think. But they don't look super narrow. Now, this is a Girl Scouts first aid kit, which is super cool. And it sold for $54.31. And it looks to be in really good condition. This vintage hat, Girl Scout leader hat from the 50s, it sold for $43 with 15 bids. This Girl Scout uniform, and it's got the belt, socks, patches, pins, wallet, beret, bow tie. So it has a lot of stuff, and it only went for $45. I would have expected this one to go for a little more. I think it's super cute. But maybe it didn't have any fancy patches. Maybe it wasn't as old. So depending on what the buyer paid for it, they may have been really happy or they may have been hoping for more. That's one thing about auctions. This one is vintage. It's from the 60s or 70s, and it only went for $29.99. So if you get it for $1 and you sell it for $29.99, that's fantastic. If you pay $25 for it and sell it for $29.99, then that's not so great. This Girl Scout flag, it's like a banner. It sold for $30.65. I don't know. It looks to be, it says new. So I don't think this is vintage. So that's pretty good. This is super cool. This little vintage Girl Scouts chow kit. It's a little knife set and fork, and it sold for $28.75. Again, this may have been a good one to put on buy it now or best offer and priced it a little high and waited on the right buyer because I think it's super cool. But I didn't look up comps for this particular item. So maybe they got a good price. Not 100% sure on that one. I think I already did this one. Sorry about that. All right, these are cute. These are vintage brownie Girl Scout handkerchiefs. It's just one handkerchief. How cute is that? And you can see here it says brownie. And I think that's like maybe a brownie symbol, that little, I don't even know what you call it, little dancing person, or is that a brownie symbol? Anybody in the brownies? I think I was a brownie when I was like very, very young, but I don't remember anything about it. Anyway, this sold for $25 plus shipping, and it only had one bid. Now, this is a Girl Scouts brownie vest, and it sold for $19.50. This one does not look super old. It's got, you know, the traditional Girl Scout pins on it, and it sold for $19.99 or $19.50. $19.50. Sorry, I can't talk tonight. And it looks like there's some on the back also. But in my opinion, it does not look super old. And it has a little rip here. But I don't know. Let's see if it tells us the date maybe down here. Nope. So, but that one sold for $19.50. So if you're at a garage sale and you see a vest, maybe somebody that's currently a Girl Scout or a brownie would want that. I don't know. This one, oh, I forget what I was going to, oh, okay. So what I have it under here is, this is, I was showing you auctions. So I looked up accepted offers, highest first. So like, here's this, I don't know what it sold for. I'm not going to go to Flipper Tools and make the video super long, but $89.99, they took a best offer. Just to give you some ideas, this is a lot of 5 vintage from the 50s and 60s. $75 took a best offer. Boy Scout stuff definitely goes for more. This one looks like it sold for $50. This one sold for $36.90. This one slashed through, so it went for less than $40. So you can kind of get the point of what I'm trying to show you here is some of the price points of, and I'm showing you uniforms. So if we put in Girl Scout patches, we'll try that next. Oh, how cute is that? Vintage doll clothes, but it's a uniform for a brownie romper dress. Super cute, but it didn't go for much. So I'm gonna put in, oh, I was under brownie. What, let me see. I think I did Girl Scout. So Girl Scout uniform, again, offers accepted, or yeah, accepted offers, highest first. So best offer on 185. This one's looks like it's very old, but that's an adult leader dress from the 40s, and it went for $79.90. I'm assuming if they're not crossed through, then the person that was selling it got full asking. These don't look super old, and it looks like best offer of $69.99. So whatever they offered. One thing that I've been told you can do is look at the one below it, but these are all best offers. So this one went for $59.99. So I would say that this one sold from $59.99 to where it's at. So somewhere in between $60 and $70 this sold for. That's how I understand it. I cannot prove that without going to Flipper Tools and looking it up. But again, I'm not going to make this that long of a video. This is a hat, $60 or best offer. And these are solds. It's just the seller accepted a best offer. So here's, the uniform. It's got the patches on it. And again, if you search lowest first, there's always going to be the people that start the auctions low, expecting for them to go really high, and then they don't. So just like anything else, some things are going to they're going to sell really high, and some things are not. So do your research, but if you can buy it cheap, I definitely would say to be on the lookout for Girl Scout and Brownie items, because some of them can go for good money. So these are pretty plain. I mean, $7, $5.99. That's not great, but those aren't your typical. I mean, what is this? These are look like Hanes socks, but they say Girl Scout on them. So I don't know. It's kind of interesting. All right, guys, thank you for watching. I'm going to end the video here. Feel free to comment. I love comments. And if you like the video, click the like button. And if you have any questions, comment below. Maybe somebody that is watching will know more than me, because again, I don't know too much about it. I was a brownie, but I don't really remember a single thing I learned in brownies. So I don't think I was in it very long. I just remember having the little uniform. And I wish I still had it, because I would sell it. You know what? I might still have it in the attic. You know how you have that tote in your attic that has all your stuff from when you were a kid? I think I have one of those. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't, and have an awesome night.